I started a YouTube channel and I am doubting myself. I'm doubting if I should even continue doing it. I am doubting if I'm actually even adding real value. Can I really create a community, a business around inspiring and encouraging people to live a life that is true to who they are? To create something around the idea that authenticity, true, real authenticity, is healing, it is transformational. Is anyone even going to care? Is anyone going to even listen? These are the thoughts that have been swirling around my head before, during, and after most of the videos that I've recorded up until this point. And this is only number 6. I wanted to create this video because I really want to pull you in behind the scenes of what this journey looks and feels like. Because on the outside, it may look like things are great and cool and groovy, but I found that there's actually a lot more realness for me when I can actually just own with you that I can go on YouTube right now and see that there are people saying, I started a YouTube channel and it completely changed my life. My business has never been better. Money has never been better. Everything's never been better. And yet for me, what I have found myself doing is falling into old patterns and loops that have not been in my highest good. And so my reason and my purpose for sharing this is, one, for you to be able to see a real behind the scenes of what it looks like, to be able to own and claim that I have also been having my moments of forgetfulness, my moments of forgetting my power, of forgetting my truth, of forgetting my mission, even as I am sharing these, and also simultaneously how I am bringing myself back, how I am remembering throughout this process. I started this channel, as previously mentioned, with a hypothesis that if we choose to live radically true to who we are, not at the expense of anyone else, but at the core of what Spirit, God, universe has put inside of us, if we be who we were called to be in this life, we will create a life that inspires us and inspires other people around us to take care of ourselves, to take care of each other, to take care of the world, to give a fuck about creating something that feels meaningful, rather than waiting till the end of our life and realizing, damn, I wasn't true to me. I created these first videos, and what I found myself doing was overthinking them, because there are a lot of channels that are really well done. The way that they hook, and the way that they tell story, and the way that they share value, and the way that they market, everything that they do is very curated. It's done very well. And what I found myself doing unconsciously was one of the things that I do in the past when I'm not feeling confident in myself and my abilities. I start to outsource validation. And so I go on my phone and get on the YouTube Studio app, where it says, here's your video, here's your analytics, here are the views, here's the click-through rate, here's the number of impressions, here's how long people are sticking around, and checking it all the time, every hour, on the hour it felt like, all the while unconsciously trying to microdose validation outside of myself. And the problem is that I know that there will never be enough external validation outside of myself that will ever actually have me feel at peace with who I am in my core. It just won't happen. So, I knew something that needed to change. And what I realized was that I was actually tracking the wrong metrics. The metrics that I was tracking, which YouTube was making available to me around click-through rate and everything else, they're all vanity metrics. But when I slow down and I think about it, I'm like, well, what metric, what measure actually matters to me? And there are 3 main ones: income, impact, and peace. Income being, and it actually goes with impact, meaning if I am adding real value to people's lives, then the natural byproduct of that is I get paid. They're having transformation and allows me to continue creating the life that I want to create. And it becomes this virtuous cycle of me serving and money flows to me, and not actually seeing money as something that is separate from me and seeing it as wrong, because sometimes I do that. I've had these tendencies of like money in the past, especially that like money's bad, people have money are bad. And so what I would often find is that I never had money. I was always broke. And then I went to the other side. I was like, well, let me just like focus on money and let me focus on generating as much as I can, but then I didn't feel like I was really connected to the value that I was providing. And so the harmony came with being able to see, oh, like look at the results that my clients are having, or look at the results that people are having when they're going and taking these things and applying it in their lives. They're feeling better. Their money is better. They're more at peace with who they are. And that brings me to the third measure for my own success, which was peace. Am I at peace? Do I actually feel good about what I'm creating, the process that I'm taking to create, the community that we're building? Do I get to sleep well at night? Do I sleep well at night by the way that I'm showing up? And when I change that as my focus, the multiple days that I have avoided recording these videos because of my disconnection from the why and the focus on the wrong metrics, and also the fear of what other people will think if I share this way, I come to the realization that the solution that I needed was that I just needed to do some different shit. Change the metrics that I'm tracking. I deleted the YouTube Studio app off of my phone and set a regular time in my calendar once a week to go in and to actually look at the analytics, purely with the intention to learn. Because there is this like weird thing of like harmonizing, like playing the game, because I actually want you to be able to receive this. I want you to be able to get what my hope and intend is truly valuable. And you need to play the game a little bit to make sure it actually gets to you, but also not so much that it feels like I'm selling my soul. Excuse me. So, scheduling time for that and embracing the knowing that part of what has me be nervous or want to check the analytics is like there's like a part of me that's like patiently waiting for the moment where it's like, oh, like this video takes off, or oh, like so many people say yes. I'm outsourcing my own, as I said earlier, like I'm outsourcing my own internalized self-validation. I don't need the views, I don't need the clicks, I don't need the thumbs up, I don't need the subscribes. Like that's not what matters. What matters is me embracing the belief right now that who I am as is enough, that this process is not going to be perfect, and that I need to take the imperfect action, and that the most important thing is that I'm showing up consistently in a way that is authentic. And if I continue that virtuous cycle over a long enough time horizon, then something dope will emerge. And the same is true for you. But perhaps the most important thing that I am realizing through this process, one of the most important resources that I am so grateful is available to me, is being able to lean into borrowed belief. Borrowed belief being leaning into the people in my life, leaning into the people that are in your life, who believe in us more than we do. And not as a crutch that permanently outsources our belief, but rather as a bridge. There have been plenty of times where I've had people who saw the giant in me, who saw the mission in me long before I could actually truly hold it. And so they held that light. And they held it so strongly and for so long until I finally realized, you're right, like I'm fucking dope. You're right, I am powerful. You're right, I can be and am good with money. You're right, I can be and I am a leader. You're right. And then one day it's like me just being able to sit here and say, of course, Of course I can. And thank you so much for all the people who believed in me before I could believe in myself. One of the people who has been instrumental to this journey and to this process, who I've borrowed so much belief from, is my own my lover bug, Christi. Which, a little fun thing we're going to do right now is we're going to pop from here, and I'm going to pop over to another place, and you're actually going to get to meet Christi, because she has been instrumental to this, and I want her to be able to share her own experience. And I want it to be something that you can see and experience, but also anchor into your life and be able to see why it is so important to be able to have people in our corner who believe in us more than we believe in ourselves. So, without further ado, I am going to bring Christi into the scene to share a little bit about what this journey and process has looked like for her, as she has been instrumental to everything that has been created. And we're back. Welcome to another edition of... I don't know what I'm going to say. Actually, this is going to be completely impromptu because we do our best work when it's impromptu. But I was just sharing about borrow belief. And what I was also mentioning was that in the times when I have, in the past, not believed in myself when I'm creating, there have been people in my life who did. Who, even prior to recording videos like this, wink, wink, are propping me up. Because I don't want to speak for everyone, but it feels honest to say that most of us have those moments where we just doubt ourselves, where we're not feeling the most courageous. But for me, I know that I'm feeling stuck. And Christi, my love, has been one of my biggest sources of borrowed belief, specifically in the context of this pathway. And so for you, whether it's in the context of what we've been creating, which, by the way, if you don't know, Christi is not only my partner and my lover, she is also the co-creator of the Remembrance Dojo. She's moderator, she's facilitating. In fact, she's actually a humongous fucking reason why the Remembrance Dojo and personal brand Follow the Wolf are as beautiful as they are, because she does so much of like the graphic design and the visioning work. She's absolutely immaculate. And if you're ever curious about getting connected to all the cool shit that she's doing, I'll put her link in the description so you can connect with her, because she has a lot of incredible shit to offer with helping you to bring your vision to life, particularly in the context of your business. Now, back to our regular scheduled session. So she has been behind the scenes in so many ways, propping me up, propping this up, propping each other up as we're taking this step. And so what I want to know is, from your own experience and your own heart, what has it been like for you witnessing the process of this journey unfolding? And how does it feel like for you to support, even when I'm being doubtful?
Hi, everyone. I'm Christi, and I just want to start it's such a joy to be landing right here in this moment where we talk all the time about what the ideas are going to be before obviously he posts, and he has so many incredible ideas that are just flowing through all the time. And he came to me about a week ago and was like, hey, I'm going to be doing this video, and I really want to just get honest about what the process has been. And as somebody who's witnessed that process, I'd like to bring you into the video and just introduce you as like this piece of borrowed belief. And so it's just like really a joy to land here in this moment and to see how far it's already come, even in such a short amount of time. And it's not always easy, y'all. Believing in yourself, believing in someone else, whew, especially if you happen to be partners and be romantically involved and love each other in so many ways beyond just the business that's growing. It definitely comes with its own challenges, but I think the thing that I've seen is that there are few people in this life who are so radically committed to a vision. And what most of you don't know is that back in, I think it was 2018, 2019, if I'm not wrong, that you wrote your manifesto style on the largest size sheet of paper possible. I don't know what those things are called. What are they called?
Isn't it like an art canvas paper? Yeah. Some kind of massive art canvas
massive. Just pages of this particular vision. And it may not be word for word the exact thing that he was calling in at the time, but it's been years now, almost 10 years of being radically committed to the pathway that has helped him to embody the type of person who can then turn around and create a space like this and hold others and support them and just be who he is and reclaim so many parts of himself. So I think the biggest thing for me that has been like the coolest part is my own belief in this. Like anyone, regardless of what it is that you're choosing to do, if you are devoted to that thing, your success is inevitable. It may take years, it may take weeks, it may take months. And what most people don't see is the back end work, the everyday moments when he's sitting here for an hour and I check in on him and he hasn't recorded a video yet. And we're like, hey, let's talk about it. Like, what's going on?
Talk about days.
Yeah. Sometimes days, sometimes weeks. And we go through the same ideas multiple times. But the beauty of it is that there's always somebody here, right? In those moments where it's really hard to connect with your own vision, where it's really hard to connect to your own heart in the vision, where it's really hard to remember that you're not doing this for what other people think. You're doing it because there's a devotion to the truth that's resonating inside of you, and that you're being called up and forward into a bigger life, in Wolf's words, a bigger full fuck yes. That when that doubt creeps in, to surround yourself with people who, regardless of the state that you are in, believe in the beauty of what you're creating. And it's been an honor and a privilege of a lifetime to stand beside him and to support him in this. And it's encouraged me. It's brought my own gifts forward. And I get to do some of the really cool work on the back end that I genuinely enjoy. So yeah, my biggest thing is like, find people who believe in you, who believe in your vision. And regardless of the pathway and the time that it takes you, because in reality, there is no timeline. It doesn't have to happen in any particular way. And when you can have someone to remind you of that in the moments where it feels really constricting and tough to like keep saying yes because you want it to work out a certain way, or you want to have the right analytics, or you want to, all the ways that the world tells us like it needs to be something, to have someone to remind you that it doesn't have to look any other way than the way that you want it to. And all of those things can be wonderful. They can be supportive if they're used in the right context, because they can also be really detrimental to the mind and to the timeline that doesn't even really exist because we're trying to force something. So find those people who believe in you, borrow belief, because I borrowed belief. And in many ways, I borrow belief from him, even in the work we're doing together. And so then it's just become this like self-fed cycle of me believing in him and him believing in me and vice versa. And it keeps going. And that would be my biggest piece of advice for anybody who's in the same place of wanting to bring something forward into the world. Find the people who believe in you and let them remind you in the moments where you think it's supposed to work out a certain way in a certain time, that the mystery of life is going to be so much more beautiful than anything you can imagine. So just keep taking the next step and have them by your side to encourage that.
Dope. And something that you've said as well is that if you're not doubting, if you're not experiencing imposter syndrome of some sort, it probably isn't even that important to you. So if those parts are coming online, it is a good indicator that it is important. And if you're not sure where to start when it comes to finding those people, start with getting clear about what really matters to you at this very specific stage in your life, and start talking to people about it, because that carries a frequency and naturally people pick up on that frequency. And the next thing you know, when you're like me and you're like, I want to manifest a person to my life who can take all the crazy shit and ideas and things that I have to say and then actually turn them into cool shit, that person shows up. I was manifesting her, a version of her in some way, and here she is. And so be a stand for the thing before it even reveals itself. And our promise to you is that really cool shit will come. Still have my doubts, still have my concerns, worryful parts that'll come online, and now I don't have to do it alone. Back over to the other video. And we're back. So to round this out, in conclusion, if you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. But if you play dope games, you get dope prizes. And so my encouragement to you is to think about, what are the games that you're playing? What are the metrics that you're tracking for your own success in the games that you're playing? Are they truly in alignment with your values, with your why, with your mission, and what you're creating in your life? Whatever that is, big or small, it doesn't matter. I still check the analytics a little bit more than I care to admit. Not perfect. And I'm more clear, I'm more peaceful than I was even before I did this video. And that's one of the things that I'm learning, is that sharing and showing the process in and of itself is part of the healing. That when I'm sharing something, I am getting out as much as I'm putting in and intending to share with you. So for whatever you're working on, don't play dumb games. You smart. You very smart. Play smart games. And if you're looking to have some other people who are believing in you, you want to borrow some belief from, or you want people who are rooting you on, cheering you on in the fullness of what you are creating in this life, your authentic life, your full fuck yes life, co-regulating, expanding together, healing, transforming, all that good shit, you should come hang out with me, come hang out with Christi, come hang out with some dope people in our community, the Remembrance Dojo, sharing all kinds of resources to help you regulate, to reconnect with yourself, to realign with the vision that you are building, so we can make some really dope shit in this world. So if that's something you're interested in, the link is right here in the description. Come kick it with us, and I will see you in the next video. Stay blessed, stay weird, stay beautiful. Peace.